Welcome to Leap Scholar with Manisha Angre. Today's session is going to be about the reading module, and let's understand what the entire reading module for IELTS is all like. So let's get started. The IELTS reading module, there are two types. One that is the academic and the other is the general. We have already discussed this in the previous videos that academic training is taken by those who are applying as students, whereas general training is taken by those who are applying for work or PR process. There are certain things that remain the same whether you apply for academic or general. That is the time allotted to you. In each of this test you get 60 minutes and the question numbers also remain the same, that is 40 questions. However, the pattern is different. Let's further understand the pattern. The academic module, again, as discussed, it's of 60 minutes. Now, what do you expect in 60 minutes? First, there are three sections or three passages, three long texts that you will come across, followed by 12 to 15 questions in each. These long texts can be taken from multiple sources like books, magazines, newspapers, and editorials. These texts are real and they are not fiction. The tests can be from science, it can be a scientific passage, it can be from music, it can be from history, literature, and so on. However, you need not worry about being an expert into that field because these passages are meant for non-expert audience. That means anyone with general reading skills should be able to solve any of these passage types. However, every question set is testing a variety of skill. And these question types are short answers, summary questions, sentence completion. Summary questions may require you to understand the gist of the passage, whereas short answers and sentence completion will require good scanning techniques. Flowchart completion, where the information from the passage is paraphrased in order to form a flowchart. Diagram labeling can be quite easy and interesting. Multiple choice questions, wherein you get 2 to 3 option or maybe sometimes 4 option. You need to select the correct answer for the question that you have received. The scoring pattern for general training and academic module is definitely different. You can pause here, take a look at the raw scores as well as the band score before you further understand the scoring pattern. Now that you have read it carefully, see the difference here that those who want a 7 band in a general training will require minimum 34 raw score, whereas in academic a 7 band can be achieved by getting 30 correct answers. That means though general training questions or passages are easier to solve, you need to score more in order to get a 7 band. However, if you want to understand more, just click on this pause and again go through the scoring and then go further with the video. Let me give you a pro tip here. It is the reading passage always contain the information that you need to answer the question. You won't have to use your own knowledge of a topic. As mentioned earlier, they're not testing your knowledge. Therefore, any extra knowledge or more knowledge that you have on a topic, please do not bring that into the passage. Only solve the information that is available to you. If you keep this in mind, I am very sure that you are going to score anything above 7. Let's understand how the marking takes place. Each correct answer receives 1 mark. So there are 40 questions, therefore you have total 40 raw score. These 40 scores are converted into bands ranging from 1 to 9 bands. However, there is no negative marking, so do not leave any question unanswered. The scores are reported in whole and a half. That means you can receive 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5 and 9 bands. Let's discuss certain test tips. You will not be given any extra timing for transferring your answers from the question paper to the answer sheet in the reading test. Therefore, make sure that you have already written your answers while you are solving the questions into the answer sheet. That is if you are appearing for a paper test. If you are appearing for a computer test, you will have to ensure that you put on the correct answers right there on the screen while you are solving the questions. For a paper test, you must ensure that you use a pencil, as you will not be marked with a pen. You are not allowed to write with a pen in a paper test. Let's discuss some more tips that can be handy for you while understanding the entire reading module. First, if the question says completion question type, what you need to understand? First thing is, pay attention to the word limit given to you in the instructions. If it tells you to write in no more than 2 words, you cannot even add an article to the 2 words. If the answer requires to write leather coat, you cannot paraphrase it to write coat made of leather. That is 4 words, and therefore it will be considered as incorrect. So reading instructions definitely helps. Second thing, do transfer only the missing words. For example, here the blank is in the gap, and the gap requires you to write morning. And instead of that, if you write in the morning, it will be considered to be incorrect, because in the was already given to you in the question. Writing it again would be redundant. Further, the word should be taken from the reading text only. You should not paraphrase or write a synonym for the word that is given to you in the passage. Next, spellings and grammar definitely play a role. You can lose marks if your spellings are incorrect and if you have not written the correct grammatical word. If the word requires it to be a noun, you cannot write a verb for a noun form. And last but not the least, you may answer in lowercase or in capital. Yes, you definitely can write all your answers in the uppercase or capitals for listening as well as reading. I hope these tips have been handy for you. For more information, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel.